Well, I got my desoldering iron in today from eBay. Good morning. Good Saturday morning. What a difference. No air conditioning today. It's in the low 60s right now. It's about 11:15 in the morning. We hit a couple of yard sales and there's nothing. Around here there's just no good yard sales. All kids junk, knick-knack junk, and there's just nothing. We went to 3 yard sales today, and that's all there was. It wasn't even worth going out. When I ordered my test leads wire here, I also ordered a desoldering station. Not a desoldering station, a desoldering iron. I always wanted a desoldering station with the electric pump on it, but they're way, way too expensive. And there's so many of them out there, and they're different reviews. Some are good, some are bad. What I've been using is the little, it's over there, the little rubber bulb thing. And they work the best. Solder wick don't seem to do anything. I spend more damn time trying to get something off the circuit board using solder wick. I've got a bunch of it here that I brought back from my old shop, but the stuff is almost useless. And usually what I end up doing is using the solder, heating it up with the iron, and then taking the circuit board and going, blowing the hole clear. That seems to be the only way to work. And I mean, so I also ordered last year from Banggood, and I won't order from them anymore because they say free shipping, but they tried to charge me for shipping a couple times, and I gave up on Banggood. I don't like them at all. And not only it takes forever to get the stuff, they say no free shipping, and then when you put your order in, they nail you for shipping at the end, so you got to cancel your order. But somewhere in one of my toolboxes, yeah, right here, I ordered this. I probably showed you this. And yes, it works, but what you have to do is when you're heating up the trace and that you want to remove the solder with, you gotta, you got the soldering iron in hand, and then you gotta very quickly bring this over, and maybe 5 or 6 times out of the, it's already clogged up, 5 or 6 tries you might get it clear. And you're supposed to be able to take this apart to clean it. I was never able to do that. It's supposed to unscrew from the front. It doesn't work that way. So basically I just stuck it in here, put it away, and ordered something I think that's going to be a lot better. I'm going to cut the package open, and then I'm going to give you a close-up of it. This is brand new. Atlas NTE. With the bulb, but 45 watt iron all in one. All right. Get my carcass over here at the bench. My reading glasses. This was $20 with the shipping total. They had several of these same things on eBay, and some of them went as high as 25. So naturally, I picked the one that's the lowest price. This temperature is supposed to be 788 degrees Fahrenheit, so what you want for that type of thing. And open it up here. Something in here. I don't know what this is. No idea what that is. Well, let's see what we got here. I hope I'm still in camera. Now, I had one of these real old Weller. It's somewhat larger than this, that I never really used all that much. And I gave it to John, who's no longer around, Jon from the UK. He used to be one of my regular viewers, and he was the one that built the original head mechanism for my Uncle Dorkle project. And he sent me a lot of stuff, and I gave him the soldering iron. And what he did is he removed the bulb from it and added a pump, electric pump to this. Now, there isn't any anything except on the back of this as to what it as to instructions. So let's see. To use, squeeze the bulb. We know that. Heat the connection. Release the bulb to draw off the molten. Well, we all know that. It don't say. It does not say what this is. Good question. Does not say what this is. Somehow I think it's a soldering iron holder, but it tells you nothing about it on the back here. It just tells you how to use this. And it doesn't say anything about tinning the tip, but I would imagine you have to tin the tip. Now, you can get tips for these, for this very model here. This is ECG. I don't know if ECG is any connection with Sylvania ECG transistors, which I used to use a lot back in the 60s and 70s for replacements. Matter of fact, I still got some here in the drawers. So I want to give a demonstration of this. So I'm going to get a circuit board that has these 4 capacitors on it that came out of a junked meter that I junked last year, and see if I can see how well this works. Alright, I put this camera on normal because I think the macro is going to be out of focus. I'm not sure until I play back the camera. So I'm about 2 feet away from the camera right now and the soldering iron. I'm not sure. There's no real instructions, but I would imagine I'd have to tin this tip. I would guess so. Even though you're not using it for soldering, I would think that you'd have to tin the tip. I don't know. We'll find out. Once it's getting hot. I couldn't do anything with the scrap meter components because they were bent over on the board. But this here is a surge protector that no longer works, so this would be a good candidate for desoldering probably. Now it says something about make sure the bulb is lower. I don't see why that would. I'm not sure. All I know is when you desolder, you see how that goes here like that. This bulb is facing, the tube is facing downward, like that. So I'm a little vague on the instructions. They're not very clear anyways, the way they word it. Now this is a 45 watt iron. And I guess like any iron, you hold it upright. And I hope I'm in camera view. Yeah, okay. To hold it upright for the heat rises, of course. Okay, tip is tinned. Depress the bulb and hold it in. I never had much luck with these things. I guess I took some solder off of there. I have a tendency to hold it by this instead of the handle. It's awkward to use. An electric pump is so much better, but the prices are very, very expensive for them things. It did take some solder off, but not enough to release this here. I took a little off, but again, not enough to release it. I did manage to loosen one end. You have to actually keep it on quite a bit on here. Okay, I got it. Oh, I would imagine, yeah, I'd have to tin the tip. Maybe some of you guys might know better. All right, let's see what we got here. Alright, that's coming out. Okay, well, she's doing its job. It's certainly a lot better than that other thing that I showed you, the little gold thing that I got from Banggood. Because, you know, when I'm taking my regular iron here and I'm heating up the joint, then I'm putting this iron back in the holder, and by the time I get the bulb on it, it's solder's hard again. So you need something that does it all in one. And well, I'm happy with $20, you know. Okay. Nothing really on here that I care about removing. So we'll unplug it. I don't know, tin to tip? You tell me. A desoldering iron, do you need the tin to tip? I've always used the solder bulb, the separate bulb. The one I've got one that's just the bulb only. That's all I've ever used. And I used to use solder wick, but it took forever to clear the trace. You know, especially on printed circuit boards. It took forever, and I ended up just using my iron, heating it up, and blowing with my blowhard mouth, and blowing the hole clear. I had to do it the old-fashioned way. And, you know, so I'm spending what seems to be hours on a board that the average guy would only take a few minutes doing. So I'm happy with this. It's doing the job, but I have no idea what this thing is. If it's a holder, it's it don't make much sense. I guess you probably bend this thing out, but what way I don't know. I guess you'd bend it up. And set that on there. I don't know. All right. Well, that's my review of my ECG J045-DS 45-watt desoldering iron. I'm pretty happy with it. And I'm pretty sure it's American made. If I look close enough, it probably wouldn't say that. But all right, now we just got to find a place to put this without burning up my bench here. I guess I can just lay it on this metal thing for now, like that. It must be some kind of a stand, but it doesn't look like a very good stand to me. Okay, so that's my so-called review. And I'm pretty happy with it. It's not tinned all the way around. I didn't notice that looking at it with a magnifying glass. It's only tinned on one side. It's a weird looking holder, but it wouldn't be strong enough to hold this thing upright if you're supposed to bend that up. Anyways, it would just fall over, so maybe you're supposed to hang that on the wall and then drill a hole and put your soldering iron through this. I have no idea. But like everything else, I got a piece of metal I can bring in and lay this when it's hot on here to sink it out so it don't burn my bench. And then when it's cooled down, I can just hang it up somewhere in this shop. So that's it. I want to thank you for watching. And the only thing I got left coming in is that 3-foot RG58U cable with the BNC in each end coming in from eBay. And that's it for now. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.